This matter requires your... It shall be done.
Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back to Anno 117. The Anno series. This will be an interesting one, because the demo was not exactly impressive, now was it? Oh boy, I hope it's not us. I hope it's not us. Excuses if I sound a little rough today, too. It's been one of those days. Hopefully Anno will provide a nice, relaxing break from everything else. Let's see here. Yes. The usual. I did have a quick look at it earlier, including the fact that you can start in the new world, which confused me a little bit. I was wondering if there wasn't any new world and you simply had two different starting locations to choose from, but supposedly you can indeed travel between the two. Now, out of water. I need to refill my water, chat. There we are. Does chat prefer cold water or warmish water? I always get warmish water. I don't know. Easier to drink. Plus, doesn't fuck up your vocal cords as badly. Right. Let's get into it then, shall we? On the bright side, no Black Roman Emperors yet, which is nice, although we do have a Black Centurion, of course, because it is 2025 and it is Ubisoft. So long as it's no more than that, I won't find it overly offensive. Anno 1800 had much the same thing. Oh, and the female smith. Smithing is really not a particularly gender-balanced profession, but details, details, details. I can play the Chad-faced man with the long-ass mustache. You know what? Yes. Yes. Let's play him and have him lord over the Romans. I'm sure everybody will be happy with that. Full tutorial, probably a good idea. Goods consumed, building relocation, on, of course, because building relocation is kind of necessary. Instant medium, trade, allow, or settling.
Service guarantee.
Yep, all that's. All that looks fine to me. Starting island, yes, flagship, starting goods, island workshop, revealed map. Revealed map. Or, revealed map. Covered. Revealed map. Covered. Covered. I usually do revealed map on Anno 1800 because, well, I've played the game a few times before, you know? Island size, large. Because the island sizes are already weirdly small, in my opinion. So I'd like big islands. Big islands. And Emperor. Julia Augusta, who is weak and soft and pussified. Aeneas Firmius Calidus, who is basically that guy from Game of Thrones, I think. Okay, that sounds fine. And governors. Let's see. I don't want a friend. I don't have any friends. I don't want you. I want the Chinese chick, because everybody loves a Chinese chick, obviously. I don't know how she got here, although there is actually a fair bit of evidence that the Chinese and Romans did contact each other, like, once. So, you know. The Spaceport Cowboy 33 have a couple of bucks for the thumbnail. Thank you. Type Zeta, hey Lodge. We who are about to die salute you. Thank you. Eor Kuthar, have you played Stalker 2 Art? It's scratching that New Vegas itch for me. I did play it a little bit. It didn't resonate with me. For some reason. Sure, why not? And Zara Nitu. Do I have anybody? I can play against the old Jewish woman. In fact, you know what? I like the idea of playing against the old Jewish woman. I can attack her and be cruel to her. Yes, chat would like that.
Are you ready to rut this yellow mare's fluttery buttery bud?
My name not Skiller. My name Mr. Mustache. Perfect. Probably misspelled mustache. That's just what happens. So, yes, you can choose to start in Albion, or you can choose to start in Latinum, which I don't like. I get the idea, but I would much rather have this be the new world, you know? There's nothing wrong with you being allowed to start there, but I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Alex Hansen, last 2 streams money to World at War 35. Alright, very well. We can do that. There we are. Nawaz, all of you, says Lucian. That is correct. Been a while since we've had the funding goals up on screen, so I'm going to stream them there for a little bit. Rome. I mean, nobody hates Rome. Everybody loves Rome. There's no way this can't be good, right? Yeah, there's no way this can't be good.
The senatorial province of Latium was once Empire's beating heart. A beacon of power, decadence, the arrogance of man. Then fiery Ocassus gave voice to the god's anger, obliterating our mortal follies. In among the ash lay a chance for humility, for change. Yet, we mortals are fickle. Hubris rises in us again, and in a new dawn's light, the question remains. Can we build a better world? Or are our past sins destined to repeat?
Listen, there's nothing wrong with being a powerful empire, okay? There's nothing wrong by being an effective militaristic force. There is no sin inherent in being able to conquer your enemies and rivals. I hate how we have that as just like a de facto these days. Like, oh, they were violent. They defeated their enemies. How dare they defeat their enemies? Don't they know that if you defeat your enemies, your enemy wins? No, if you defeat your enemies and they lose, then you win. It really is rather simple. Right, let's see here. I think I'm going to move my port thingy over here right off the bat, because I'd rather waste this portion of the map with my stupid new logging operations than this side, which has a nice huge open area for building on. Alright, so, we do have the new weird system now, where you need to build, your woodcutters near actual wood. So we have lost the technology to make trees grow on their own. And so we must have Mother Gaia aid us. Which, I mean, it makes sense. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, I'm saying it's annoying, that's what I'm saying. Because it means that you can only utilize very specific portions of your island for very specific things. And when you then also inevitably, of course, need things like charcoal, it gets all the more annoying over time. Right, 4, I'd probably like 5, honestly. Since I'm basically just going to need to close off this entire region of the map anyway, so as not fuck over my own logging operations, I might as well put a ton of them in one spot.
You know the one from the coins and the statues?
They've made statues of me already? Ah. Entrepreneuring lot, I'll give them that. We have already turned off, of course, the diagonal roads because we are not heretics in this household. And we will not play an Anno game with diagonal roads. That's just weird and wrong, and everyone understands that it is weird and wrong. There we go. Right, logging operations. We also need then, before we build all of our huts, to build some fishy stuff. But to even unlock fishy stuff, we first need to build a house.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
Nobody lives in your city. It's quite silly, frankly. We require people to live in the city, otherwise there shan't be any people to do all of the boring labor. That is a fine point, imaginary man in my head. A fine point indeed. So one weird thing that you will notice almost immediately is that there aren't actually people living in the buildings anymore. So if you build a building, it contains precisely 0 people, 0 individuals. So to actually get anybody to move into your houses, you first need to provide them with services, which makes a degree of sense. I mean, I guess. But it's another one of those things that just kind of annoys me a little bit. Like, I feel like if I have a house, there should already be a person inside of the house. I don't know why I feel this way. There's no necessary logical justification for me feeling this way, and yet still I do. So, before you waste all of your money on fancy houses for the poor, etc., you'd better make sure that you've actually constructed something, you know, food-related for them. Otherwise, they're just going to be deeply upset at you.
I have lost.
Even if it seems silly, because normally you'd think that, okay, well, it's an Anno game, I can't build too many things immediately. Roads, I know how roads work.
Have sighted new land.
Alright, pause a few of these, just get things going initially. That should be nice. Our scout, me boot. Me boot, me boot, me boot, me boot, me boot. Me boot, me boot, me boot, me boot, me boot. Well, I'm neighboring a nice big island. Lots of stuff on it with Flax fertility. I am lacking wine, which seems useful.
Are you
Sturgeon
ready
population.
to wreck this yellow mare's fluttery buttery butt?
Well, I don't actually know what resources I will need yet, so I'm just going to assume that all of that is good, 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 good. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, right. I need to connect you to the road network as well now. God damn stupid, fat, lazy shitfuck Romans. I hate you. Just walk. Like normal people do. What do you mean you can't get there? It's just through the woods. Oh, but the woods are dangerous. They are dark and full of terrors. Which, to be fair, yes, they would be dark and full of terrors. It is the olden days, after all. What's that? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, how... What... dumb boat. Boat!
We stand waiting.
I want to know what it costs to resettle a building. Like, wood, bricks, I'm presuming? Sir John, cities are just outdoor prisons. Think about it. That's largely true. Well, Zartak, the plot is the Emperor is making his wife the new Emperor. Yes, female Roman Emperor. Oh. Fucking no. What?
Waiting for your decree.
Okay, I was expecting me to ask me for resources like X number of wood or brick or something, not 3 times my starting fucking coffers. Jesus. That's harsh. Speaking of harsh, honey, I mean, I guess using just money to settle areas isn't a terrible idea. It just, I don't know, it just seems kind of lazy.
I have lost.
I like the whole using resources to settle things. That made sense, because, you know.
It's beyond us.
Seize his goods. Ah! Fuck you, you little piece of shit. I will have your timber. Or I could just get 10 timber and no negatives. Well, I think I'll take the 10 timber and no negatives.
Fair enough.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
Our scouts have sighted a new island. That's
Festina Lente.
not where I told you to go, you silly little thing. Where's my house? There's my house. And now we wait until enough fish has been delivered to populate our buildings.
New land.
Sure. Snittenhoff, trying to get back into gaming due to health-related extra free time. Got Shadow Empire and Broken Sword Reforged on Steam. Shadow Empire is an absolute excellent game. It does require a certain degree of autism to play effectively, but once you can play it
Sighted new land.
with the adequate required amount of autism, it is an absolutely exceptional
Scouts have
game.
sighted new land.
Busy bees, these little scouts of mine. Right, now that I am providing food, I've just got to build more houses until there's enough people to populate my place. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight houses feels like a decently long line of these things. Yes, yes, I think so. Sandum, didn't many ancient civs level entire forests to not replenish trees, causing environmental damage? I swear, I read something I heard about forests being used to toward Roman fleets. Yes. Most ancient societies didn't really understand the whole reforesting
Our
thing.
scouts have sighted new land.
A market, that sounds useful. Except it costs wood, fuck you.
Public services should be erected close to residences.
Eat my
Something
ass,
for your
bald man!
consideration, Eri.
Needs to provide.
This sardine and we're both.
I mean, it sort of is, but I mean, considering it increases the population, I don't know necessarily that much of a choice, but if you say so. Yes, in fact, it wasn't until fairly recently that we started figuring out the whole let's not deforestate the entire planet thing. That was a fairly new thing. Even back in the 1800s, we were still just kind of cutting and burning shit, frankly. Although, in defense of simply cutting and burning shit, that actually kind of worked. See, nature is not as fragile as we keep kind of saying that it is in the modern world. Nature survives despite enormous catastrophes all the goddamn time. And if you simply cut down a huge swath of forest, but then you burn the resultant area so as to cover it in ash, you'd be amazed at how well a forest is actually capable of bouncing back from that. Now, there are also some issues. For example, if you're geologically unstable, if you deforest an area on hillsides, say, for example, are prone to water clogging. Well, the primary reason why those areas don't continuously just flow into the ocean in enormous avalanches is largely because the roots of the trees and the fact that they suck up the moisture. So if you deforestate the wrong area...
Governor. I am Valeria Turan, proprietor of its many establishments.
Hi there. Then you can long-term fuck yourself rather violently.
The island has always been a haven, where people are free to live as they choose.
That's disgusting. Why have you not embraced the superior tradition of slavery, you vile, wretched whore? Oh. Yes, maybe I should actually attach this. That's not quite necessarily what I intended, but...
Checked again. It's still empty.
That was enough for general government work. I will be invading that person first, because they have queer ideas. Very, very queer ideas that I do not appreciate one fucking bit. Freedom? Equality? Do you know what time period we're in? These are not generally valued things. In fact, it would make you rather weird. Unironically, it would. Like, if you encounter a Roman governor and you're like, all people are created equals, there should be no distinction between the various groups of civilization, he's probably going to hit you with a stick. Hell, if you encounter... even somebody like Jesus would probably be mildly upset by such a declaration. Like, of course not. God created some people to work in the mines. How else are we going to get coal? You retard. Clothier. Income. 1. Okay, that's neat. Does mean I'm going to have to make a warehouse in the middle of my city, which is a little bit upsetting, but... besides that... Actually, if I put a warehouse down like here, does this?
To a Greek wool merchant, and that was the last time we saw her.
What do you mean, no warehouse in range? Oh, is that not a road? Oh, okay. There we go. Right, fair enough. Real Sardax, play the campaign. Need to cringe in my veins. But I don't like playing the campaigns in Anno games. In fact, I hate the campaign in Anno games. See, normally I'm all for a good single-player campaign, but I never play the campaigns in Anno games. I never do. I don't know why. I know that makes me weird, but I never do. What about chat? Does chat play the campaign in Anno games? Actually, now I'm curious. Let's do a poll. I'm curious now.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
Our scouts have sighted new land. The boat has discovered more Earth, sir. Ooh, another +1 income thingy. All right. Very well. I see no reason to deny the +1 income.
You ignorant slut.
And this requires Le Shepes. Le Shepes. La Shep. Them Shep. Let's not bring poor Femshep into this. What? Oh, I was trying to build another sheep hut, not... Not a sheep pasture. Poor little Femshep.
We advance.
Ah, I've got a decent look at the northern side of the map. There we are. And another hat maker, please. This production area is a bit of a mess, I admit, but I'll smooth it out eventually. God, I'm still losing an assload of money, which makes me a little upset.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
I'm very, very poor, and I don't really have much in the way of money production just yet, so I guess we're just gonna build more buildings and hope that eventually I'll be able to earn something from all of them. Yes. That'll be our general hope.
You ignorant slut.
Taxes! Raise the taxes. Now. And don't stop raising the taxes until there's nothing left. Actually, is there even a tax slider in this game? I don't actually know. Diswiz, okay, Arch, you can play your MS Excel emulator for now, but do practice Pac-Man for Dispatch Season 2. I do hope Dispatch gets a Season 2. I can't imagine it won't get a Season 2. I mean... Why would it not? It seems utterly absurd for it not to get a Season 2. That would be absolutely crazy. Although... So, in the video I made about it today, I did point out an article that I found, which basically was an interview with one of the lead writers, or the real lead writer, I think. Where the writer himself is like, listen, I had no idea everyone would like the romance options so much. I didn't actually write a romantic story. And I'm kind of sitting here like, what the fuck do you mean you didn't write a romantic story? What do you think you wrote? Because that's all I saw. I mean, genuinely, what do you mean? The entire focus was on characters. I mean, we didn't do a whole lot of hero shit, really. And when it came to, like, actually fighting Shroud, the last bad guy, that was literally the final episode. Everything else was character build-up. And you're telling me you didn't intend to make this a, you know, romantically focused plot? That really does concern me, because it suggests that this motherfucker came up with this by sheer unfettered accident. Which does not necessarily bode well for a sequel, does it? If the guy who made it...
It is time we attracted a higher grade of resident in the plebeians.
Ah, non-slaves, finally. If the guy who made the game doesn't actually know what he made...
He must be the governor. My name is Licia Ma. Licia means glowing clouds, like the ones you see in the desert at dawn.
Ah, the desert. Lovely. I know much of the desert at dawn. I've visited repeatedly. But yes, if he did that...
Imagine the possibilities.
By accident, then I'm quite worried about Dispatch 2, because if he doesn't know what he did, how could he possibly recreate it?
Market for everything, if you're desperate enough.
All our hopes rest on this shining pillar of civilization.
Yeah. Yeah, worried about that. Worried about that. Right, now we've got plebeians. They want stinky fish sauce and bread. Very well. Not the first developer that hit gold and didn't even know it. Exactly, Kick. Yes, yes, precisely. I mean, I don't get the impression that...
Light our maps. And now we must tend to them.
Jewish woman. Productions affect cities, yep.
This may be of interest.
Force.
Beyond a Vestal Vale, Governor, you'll find a countenance to be reckoned with.
Jew! I'm kidding. I'm joking, she's probably not Jewish.
Clearly, you need greater strictures.
Oh. Right, Clay. Clay needs to be dug out of rivers in this video game for reasons unbeknownst to me or any other sane human. Well, actually, no. Mud does kind of naturally exist in rivers, so I guess it's not actually that crazy of an idea, but still I dislike it for reasons. I mean, in reality, it's not particularly any different from having mud pits in the previous game, and this does allow you a greater degree of flexibility when it comes to, you know, building the stuff, so it's not actually the dumbest idea in the world. I just object to it for reasons. And I know my own reasons, but I'm sure they're good. There we go. This game really doesn't have a Roman vibe at all. You know what? Okay, chat, let's... I talked about that a lot whilst playing the demo, but it does bear repeating, doesn't it? Because I really do agree with that sentiment. I think probably the weakest point of the game, right off the bat, is that it doesn't feel very Roman at all.
Sighted new land.
That is definitely like the biggest weak point of the game, both from the demo.
You've met a
And I
neighboring
haven't...
Part of being a good governor is learning how to deal with rivals.
I haven't really seen any massive indication that they've changed a lot of that from demo to full release. Because it really doesn't feel Roman. It's got a couple of new, like, production lines and stuff, but it basically boils down to porridge and fish and hats and stuff, none of which feel distinctly Roman. And I mean, at the end of the day, there's only so many things you can do with basic necessities. I get it, but I think maybe it would have been nice to lean more into the societal differences, you know? Because in Roman society, obviously, a very large portion of the population were slaves. That was simply just an entirely normal part of Rome. Slaves. And yet in this game, you don't have any slaves. You don't even have the option of having slaves.
There is a shortage of workforce in
That is
your
not an
cities.
alternative. You must have, what was the name? Frumentari? Liberati. Liberati. Which are liberated slaves. So you can't even have any sort of a slave economy, which is like, okay, but we're Rome. Rome liked that sort of stuff. That was one of the fundamental key pillars of the Roman economy. And so to not reflect that in a video game is kinda gay. And of course, we know the reason why they don't do it. They don't do it because it wouldn't be politically correct of them to do so. And I don't like things being politically correct. And I certainly don't like things being politically correct when they reduce my ability to live myself into a game. The game does not offend anyone. Oh, well, no, the game probably does offend quite a lot of people, but I would rather the game offend. This is one of our key differences. I would rather the game offend, but be more of a good video game. Whilst others believe that the game should be bad, and then we worry about offending first. Alright, charcoal burners. Christ, I hate the charcoal burners, because they make entire areas just fucking unlivable. I can probably squeeze one in here. That's far enough from civilization, right? Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna need another warehouse over here, which is mildly wasteful, but not the worst thing in the world. Oh, buildings. I require more taxes.
Your city was shaped to your advantage, Ere.
I mean, production is useful. I mean, I'm thinking Mars in the long run. He's gonna be useless for me to begin with, but I'm thinking Mars.
Simply a divine choice. Your people will delight in lighting their lamps for.
I'm thinking Mars in the long run.
Mars, grant this servant your burnished blades. Patronizes war and Rome's triumph over the enemy.
Oh, never mind, you're not Jewish. You're violently religious. I suddenly like you way more. Strange how that can just change on a... immediately like that. Wait, you're Vestal. Oh, that changes everything. I like you now. Don't worry. We can be friends. Alright, I'm gonna need olive oil at some point. I do know that from the demo. Is there any olive oil nearby? Marble, gold, sandark, mineral, olive. Okay, olives. Right. So probably this island then. Anyway, well. Is the kick stream still live? I hope so, yes, I expect so. I think so. Arsandum, okay, I just had a flash memory. I just remembered learning how the Kingdom of Kush screwed themselves by leveling forests to make iron. Please add my donation to Archley calendar. I will
Our
do so,
scouts have
sir.
sighted new land.
There you go. Martinez, is the Kickstream still alive? Yes, I think so. Angelos, I think the VA's had a big influence on the writing.
We are short on help.
Conceivably. I mean, in which case, it wasn't in a bad direction. In fact, it was in a good direction, so I'm happy with it. But again, it does make me worry that if that theory too is true, then yet again, you're in the kind of situation where perhaps certain elements of the writing were suppressed by wiser minds. And now that the writer has had a massive success under his belt, there might be reason to suspect that he's going to let the success go to his little head. I hope not. Again, I really hope not. I would like Dispatch to remain good. I'm just
You need a villa, Ere? Essential in demonstrating your control of an island.
I'm just cautious of the possibilities, let's put it like that. Now, I'd love to build a Grammaticus, because that would be knowledge, but it's going to require a lot of tile, so I'm not doing that just yet. Shoutout Liang Yang, have you checked out the game called Whiskerwood? I have... Yes, no, I was about to say no, I have. The game where you play as cats being oppressed by a... no, cats. The game you play as mice being oppressed by a cat. Yes, I've seen that. I haven't played it, but it does look kind of cute. Let me double up on basic resource production. Before I do anything else, as I'm a little bit nervous, I'm going to start experiencing a market crash as I run out of those resources. And once I run out of those resources, of course, everything else crashes. As suddenly, there are no slaves to work the fields, and they are slaves. I don't give a shit about the game being like, oh, but they're freed slaves. No. They're slaves. They're slaves. None of your hippy-dippy bullshit. None of your nonsense. None of your new age, everyone is created equal faggotry. They're slaves.
Your city is growing, and the chance of an incident with it. Build institutions to better deal with such incidents.
Incidents? Military police to crush the will of the people? I'm with you, sir. I, too, have long believed that the civilian scum have been given far too much freedom in the world. Sir, your city's populace is, for reasons I will never be able to truly determine, made up of freed slaves. As you know, sir, freed slaves are loud and obnoxious scoundrels. -2 happiness. Ouch, that is a bit much. Yeah, that is a bit much.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
God, -2 happiness is actually quite a lot. We'll put it over... Well, I'll just put it over here. There. Probably due to the stench, I would imagine. And freed slaves, as we all know, are a rebellious, rambunctious, uncontrollable lot of harlots. Now, sir, you must expect them to randomly break into violence. It's within their very nature. It is an unavoidable part of their being to be violent. I don't know why you chose to settle your empire with such scum, but now that we're here, you're going to have to deal with the consequences. I agree.
Some of the necessary materials haven't reached us.
I know, it's because I haven't barely even started producing them. Calm down, woman, you're being hysterical.
Service
guarantees citizenship.
Tristan Williams lost my job on Monday to my company spinning off their IT department. Thanks for keeping me company. I'm so sorry to hear that, sir. I hope you'll find a new one. Nice and quick. Well, that is covering some of the stuff, so I'll turn that off now. But I'm very sorry to hear that. Well, if you're working on IT, there'll be plenty of other opportunities, so I hope you'll land on your feet, sir. Type Zeta 2, Mars is the superior choice. I do believe so. Type Zeta, which is the superior Praetorian God of Rome or the Varangarian God of the Byzantines. Right. Conceivably controversial opinion here, but the Varangarian God. Listen, the Praetorians were cute and stuff. They were kawaii. Don't get me wrong, they were adorable in their own retarded little ways. However, as an actual guard, they were pretty deeply flawed on every single solitary level, as more often than not, they kind of chose their own emperors and stuff. You know? As an actual elite guard of Rome, they had issues.
Progress. Research any specific discovery and reap the benefit.
And reap the advantages, yes. You too may discover advanced technology, like wiping your own ass. Right, tech tree, stuff. Workforce, upkeep costs, that's nice. Belt of Minerva. Wells. Stuff. Things. Things I don't know. Do not know what do. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, get that. I'll get that too. But the Varangarians were, very loyal. Why? Because they were foreigners, of course. Listen. The reason why you want foreigners to guard you within your own empire is because their position within that empire is entirely based on you remaining in power. That is also, incidentally, one of the reasons why so many politicians in the modern day seem very, very fond of uncontrolled mass immigration. I'm just saying that tyrants do indeed tend to prefer foreigners over their own people, for the very reason that their loyalty can be far more easily guaranteed. Plus the Varangarians were Vikings, which makes them infinitely cooler as well, even than the Romans. Even than the Romans. Right, I should be beginning to start produce some garum, I believe. I hope. So next up I need is bread. I probably want to... I'll probably shift the bread over here, I'm thinking. Animus Acumen, slaves built the pyramid, slaves built the Pantheon, slaves built America, slaves, this is your song. Thank you, slaves. Thank you, slaves. That's true, slaves built a lot of stuff. Although, well, see. You say slaves built these things. I slightly object to this, because the slaves built it, but the slaves had no vision with which to build it for themselves. That's the problem with slaves. No vision. They need a firm hand, a strong grip on the whip. That's what slaves require, so as to keep them in line and make sure that they continue to work for a greater good. Something more significant than themselves. Better than their baser instincts. In this case, I am the grip on that whip. I'm just not allowed to call them slaves anymore. They still are slaves. They do everything that slaves would do. It's just that we've decided to change their names to Liberati. Presumably just to, you know, stroke our own ego, I guess. Bakery. Income +2, but fire safety -1. Now, I like that income, because I do need the money, but fire safety -2 is a lot. Yeah, my fire safety is already -250, so... yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Alright, are you getting your stinky fish sauce? Yes, you are getting your stinky fish sauce. Lovely. You also want access to a sanctuary, do you? Happiness, belief. I don't really necessarily want to give you happiness and belief. I'm not all convinced you deserve happiness.
We should expand our fleet of ships for goods transportation and patrol of the seas.
I agree. Although first, it looks like I'm going to need to be expanding my population. Right, how much does this island cost? 33 fucking... holy mumpkin fucking Jesus, God almighty, are you insane?
Waiting for your decree.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Fuck me. The price of this nonsense.
I have lost.
Time flies, as do we.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Two completely opposite sides of the humping map. Also, they removed that wonderful thing. Oh no, there they are. They finally patched it. Ah, God. There's the ding-dong. The ding-dong that tells you that a boat has reached its destination. Thank fuck. Right, apparently we're gonna have to save a bit if we want to have more islands. Okie dokie then. Iron Wolf. Am I the only person that thinks Rome, at its peak, its state in power, would have been better off for the human race? No, you're correct in that. Yeah, you're absolutely correct in that. If Rome had managed to stay at its peak... how's my production of basic goods, by the way? Because I'm about to massively increase my population. It's good. Okay, lovely. No, there is, in my opinion, absolutely no doubt whatsoever. If Rome had stayed... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If Rome had been allowed to stay at its peak, it would have been massively better for human civilization. There's no question about it, really. For example, technology. Rome was on the verge of a genuine, unironic technological revolution. There is significant evidence to suggest that the Romans had basically figured out steam engines. However, they didn't really start mass using them because they had slaves, and the steam engine was simply just a more expensive way to get labor, or to get efficiency. So as long as they had slaves, they didn't really need the steam engine. But obviously, they would soon reach a point, and in fact they were at the tipping point of that, where their economy was growing so large that it was difficult to get enough slaves and free people to, service it. And so, inevitably, the economy would soon have gotten to the point where they would go, okay, we need something else. We need some other way to do these things. What about this weird thing that converts steam into force? Perhaps that could be used for something interesting. It's Speaking of, I need, like... I need one of these over here, and I need one of these over here. Actually, I can just take the tunic builds I just built. That one. And then they would have started using the steam engine. As they started using the steam engine, they would swiftly understand that this could be used for a lot more interesting shit than just merely providing a motive force. Now, I will make one argument against the idea, though, and that is that one of the main reasons why the steam engine and the train, key components of the Industrial Revolution, became so popular in Europe... Did I build one of the porridge huts? I don't think I did. Was because of its usage in warfare. In fact, the entire reason of why Europe built the enormous network of railways that it did was to facilitate the mobilization of troops. That was the main and primary reason behind our construction of massive and intricate rail networks. Because the assumption then was quite simply that whoever could mobilize first would simply win the war. In fact, he could potentially win the war extraordinarily quickly. If one nation was able to organize all of its manpower and simply just smash the enemy, he could potentially win a war in the opening months, and therefore save enormous amounts of resources and time, and also be able to enforce one's military will upon the enemy at a minimum of cost. Now, this actually turned out to be sort of kind of true as well. If one is able to mobilize more quickly than the enemy will have no chance to resist. And when we're talking mobilization on the scale of millions of men, yeah, no, it's going to be very difficult to stop 1 million men just marching over your border one day. And they will be able to occupy your entire civil society. The problem was, however, that as people began to figure that out, everyone else also began to realize, holy fuck, we gotta build railways too. Because if we don't build railways, somebody else is gonna build railways, and they're gonna literally roll right over us. And so everyone started massive railway building programs, which kickstarted the age of the Industrial Revolution, because now you could ship huge quantities of resources over very significant distances, very quickly, very easily, and in massive bulk. Right, I need some piggy farms now. Piggy, 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 pig, pig, piggy, 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 pig, pig. No, there's a better way to do this. Perfect. Right, you are going to produce actually a fuckload of pigs. Okie dokie. And you can produce enough for 2 sandal makers. That's excellent. Let's put the tannery there. I know what a tannery smells like, so we're not placing that in the center of civilization. That would be very silly. But the cobbler, maybe? Sandal maker, population, and... oh, no, income. Okay, yeah, no. I definitely want more income. Anyway, I can squeeze you into the center of this city without ruining everything.
Each deity confers unique blessings. Change your patron god as you please.
Really? The gods aren't gonna get a little upset with me if I randomly change them? Huh. Surprisingly understanding deities, these.
bit itchy. And again. Okay.
Well, not perfect, but good enough for government work. Is that the correct height? No, it's not. Alright, sandal makers and olives. Right, I really want to kind of save some money now so I can buy that island. Oh.
Time flies. As
Float
do
some.
we.
Now, sadly, this is only going to get me like $2,000, which isn't really enough for obvious reasons. I'm thinking maybe we just try to supercharge our economy and see what happens. What if I just built a load of houses? And what if I then just taxed the people inside of those houses? Mayhaps this could form the fundament of some form of an economy. It is a theory worth testing. Diswiz, by the way, you've seen COD 7, it's avant-garde gameplay. I've seen tweets of it, but that's all. I've only seen like a couple of tweets of it looking absolutely batshit insane, and not at all like any form of Call of Duty ever produced. So, yeah,
I am appalled.
What do you mean you're appalled? Oh, city happiness. Yeah, it's taking a dive, but listen, my dear yellow darling. I literally can't help it, okay? I actually can't. I literally can't. So, the reason why people get so upset is that the larger the city your city becomes, the more people on your city, the more upset your people become. It's one of those retarded gameplay balancing mechanics that I absolutely hate. Where they go like, oh, you're doing really well. Hold on. You shouldn't be doing that well. Your people are upset with you now. Why? Well, you're doing too well. Fuck you. But it's a city builder. Are you discouraging me from building a large city? Yes! Fuck you!
Picking me teeth with the bones.
Why?
What happens in Taverna stays in Taverna.
Genuine question, by the way. Why? It's one of those things where, like, Anno 1800 didn't have this, and it didn't have this because it's a stupid fucking mechanic. That's why. It's a stupid fucking mechanic. Ah, I see you're playing a city builder there. That must mean you enjoy building vast, sprawling cities with lots of people in them. Yes, that's exactly what that means. How could you guess? Well, I'm a bit of a city builder creator myself. I desire to keep your city small, and I will punish you for making it too large by making your people revolt. But why? Well, you see, people don't like living next to other people. I don't know. The constant move towards the cities in the entirety of human civilization appears to object to this idea, but...
Neptune's finest!
Very well.
Ready!
The families acknowledge your efforts.
Thanks. I still don't have any money. Well, a sanctuary would be a quick way to boost happiness. It costs 1,500 denarii. God help, Arch. Is that worth it? I hope it is. I mean, it will deal with the happiness issue.
Finally, a haven of peace amid your squalor.
Amid my
It
squalor.
is small effort to acknowledge others.
Thank you! Money! That was definitely worth it. Oh, God. No, I don't really need a festival to boost my melee attack.
A decision, your judiciousness.
A manacled woman is currently present. She is guilty of violating the law of her majesty, claimed to be a goddess and gathering followers. The Empire is very touchy about such claims, I imagine. Pay her 10,000 fucking Jesus! Hello, peasant woman. Would you like a literal fortune with which you can buy an island? I'm thinking just kill her. -2 happiness for 4 hours. Well, no, just kill the bitch.
Consider it done, Eddie.
Kill the bitch. Kill the bitch now. Kill the bitch. Kill the bitch. Kill the bitch now. I mean, like, that sounds like a lot. Like, -4 happiness for 4 hours. That sounds terrible. Like, oh my god, that's catastrophic. No. My people are already unbelievably upset by the fact that there's living other humans on the island. Your -10 happiness is literally nothing to me. It is less than nothing to me. Holy fuck, it is nothing at all to me. But people would be upset that you took away their goddess person. Oh. You'd be surprised. Right, I wouldn't mind some lavender. As I'm imagining one of the best ways to earn money is probably going to be through mass soap export, as always. Will you,
What we are selling here on Lily Bayon is an escape, Governor.
God damn it, you won't give me any money.
Mariners, forward!
Alright, so I must have missed the I buy everything merchant or the prison merchant or something.
As do we.
Trading posts can now be upgraded and so benefit from increased storage and extra loading ramps.
Yes, mass-producing soap would be one way to earn a little bit of cash.
I don't interfere. Unless I have to.
Let's see, maybe I could...
Oh, how wonderful to see you. Will you join us for Cena?
Take a loan, offer gift. No?
When I was 9, we traveled the Silk Road. I saw help.
I was hoping for a, opportunity to trade with you or something.
Here. It is solely for the votaries of my order.
No? Right. Very well then. Okay, I've got 10,000 now. Actually,
What could you possibly require?
if I've got 10,000, I think I know a way to abuse the video game. A way to abuse the video game that I will grasp with both hands. Firmly. Houses. Houses. More houses. More taxes.
Citizens are dissatisfied with their lot and may soon revolt.
Wow.
One of your cities is at risk of a great fire.
Listen. Ruler of our nation, you must understand. We really hate other humans. I feel as if you're overreacting. I really do, but... Very well, here, have the heavy hand of the law crash down upon you. There. A little policing presence will keep the slaves under control for a while longer. The eccentric Ripper, on the dispatch thing, I recommend the quote from Cicero to Scalan Disputius, Book 3, Chapter Many, on evils yet to be. Basically, don't stress it. I mean, to be fair, yes. The Zartex, they weren't loyal because they were foreigners. They were loyal because they were mostly Scandinavians. We're just better. That too. But no, they were absolutely loyal because they were foreigners. Because again, foreigners owe their entire life and position and privilege to the ruler. Therefore, obviously, they will have a vested interest in making sure that the ruler remains the ruler. Indeed, it could very easily put their lives at risk if the ruler ever stops becoming the ruler. Right, am I still good on basic stuff? Yes, I am. Right, now we're going to wait until we've got 10,000 dinaries, and then I'm going to do something gay that I learned from the demo. Alex Anderson, if the slave builds something under the will of the white man, did the slave truly build anything? If he was just an advanced hammer, well, correct. If he was just an advanced hammer, what did he truly build? Nothing. Nothing at all. I'm going to wait for a little bit more money again. And I don't want to build anything because I'll just waste more money on building things. And I want to secure this island because I need those olives. That's kind of crucial to, like, everything.
Service guarantee.
Diswiz, name your price for COD 7 campaign. Oh, God. COD 7? I mean, having seen what it looks like, I don't even know what I would... Okay, so World at War, which is a good game, I put at 800, simply because it's going to take... like 4 streams to play through it. That's a bad game. And it's a bad game that nobody will watch. A standard price of $1,000, I guess? I don't want to be overly punitive, but God, that's gonna have like 200 viewership. Oh, Jesus. I feel like I'm being overly generous with that. Right. Now, if memory serves from the beta, and we are going to be saving the game first, just in case. Mr. Mustache, 1. If memory serves from the beta, if I do this, I will go a lot into debt, but then...
No choice but to record everything. Good or ill, I've no choice but to record everything. Good or ill.
But then the Emperor will come along and go like, oh, you useless fucking dolt. How did you manage to get into this much debt? Here, have a huge amount of money. Thank you, Emperor. Thank you. Did you just squander all of that on a new island? Yes, I did.
Very nice. Forward.
Ere?
You are in debt. I'm not in debt, you stupid child. Oh, loan? Benevolent loan. Oh. Will this increase my relationship with you? Because if it does, I actually will take that.
Worth a try.
I'm going to assume it does, because, yes, that's actually a good thing. If that increases relationship and I only have to pay her 800 denaries, then, well, frankly, that's fucking cheaper than most of the gifts the game have. Oh, I need a depot. Am I researching depots? I'm not. I'm still researching sewing circles. Right, I need more research. And since I suddenly got an influx of cash out of nowhere...
will be the main target. I'd say place it far from the coast.
I say, fuck you, I like the coast. Can I squeeze? I can! Perfect. There are relatively few video games that reward you for going massively into debt, but... as it turns out, this is one of those video games that rewards you massively for going enormously into debt.
Your first soldiers think they're ready. I dare say the beginning of a mighty legion?
Officers of instrumentation. Do not say I'm not practical, where vestments and sustenance are apportioned to the
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
You don't say!
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
Okay. You are connected to the road network. Yeah, yes you are. Yep. 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 Yeah. Right. I do believe we've encountered somewhat of a bug, chat. I do indeed believe we've encountered somewhat of a bug, because I'm pretty sure all of those roads are connected. Yes. Yes, they are. And this is definitely connected. I see. I'm very glad that I saved the game. I'm very glad that I saved the game.
We stand waiting.
Emperor, money now!
Choice but to record everything.
Thanks.
Good or ill.
Neptune's finest. Ready.
A decision, your judiciousness.
Thank you. Right, how to do that without my entire economy collapsing? Firstly, build that because I need more research. Then this time around, again, making sure, Mr. Mustache, that it's connected to the road from the get-go.
If an island is invaded, your villa will be the main target. I'd say place it far from the coast.
Uh-huh.
Your first soldiers think they're ready. I dare say the beginning of a mighty legion?
Uh-huh.
Always bribe your own guards before someone else does it.
Uh-huh.
Officers of instrumentation, do not say I'm not practical, where vestments and sustenance are apportioned to the needy.
Is it this?
There is a shortage
Wait, no, I
of
think I know what it
workforce
is.
in one of
It's
your
this.
cities.
I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
I think I know what it is. I think I know. Don't recommend. Just print more currency. I wish we could. We gotta mint it and stuff over here now. I think I know what it is. It's this. This technically isn't connected to the port. There, I think it was that.
If an island is invaded, your villa will be the main target.
Aha!
I'd say place it far from the coast.
I am a clever child, I am.
Your first soldiers think they're ready.
Always
I
have
dare
been a
say
clever
the
child.
beginning of a mighty legion?
It is one of my most prideful
Always
factoids?
bribe your own guards
Possessions?
before someone else does it.
I'm not sure, but I'm happy about it.
Officers of instrumentation, do not say I'm not practical, where vestments and sustenance are apportioned to the needy.
Something for your consideration, Eri.
Spears beat horses, horses beat archers. What about swords? Do I not have swords? Does the Roman Legion not have... The Roman Legion doesn't have swords. I see. That's retarded, but... Very well. Ah, God, they're so angry with me. Okay, that needs amber, that needs olives, right? How am I doing on basic goods? I'm stagnant. Okay. Right, stagnant on basic goods, which means I'm going to need more basic goods, because I am planning another massive expansion. I mean, okay, right. Also, so let me just, whilst I'm doing the massive expansion here, you know, my impression of the demo initially was very glum. I did not like the demo. now that I don't have to stress as much and can actually play the full game, I don't hate this. I really don't hate this. This is fine. I think a lot of my initial very negative impression has been at least somewhat mollified. Not entirely, but at least somewhat. Like, I'm still struggling to find a reason why you would get this over Anno 1800. And that's kind of like one of the big problems with all new releases these days. If there is a earlier game in the series, then due to the way in which we develop games now, which is give everyone less than what they had every single time, it is always kind of difficult to justify why you should buy the next game in the series. And that's not even an Anno problem. That's just a every game now problem. So I'm not going to hold that explicitly against Anno 1700, but obviously it does need mentioning because it does remain a fact, you know? If all you want right now is a good city builder, then buy 1800. That really is as simple as it is. If all you want is a good city builder, and you don't necessarily care over much about the Roman aesthetic, especially as there isn't really that much of a Roman aesthetic here. In fact, the ways in which they could have made it explicitly Roman, they have not made it explicitly Roman. Like, again, with things like slavery, etc., and making that a key part of the economic process of the empire. Then, yeah, simply buying 1800 is going to serve you perfectly well. There's literally no reason why it wouldn't. Oh, that's not quite what I wanted to do, but close enough for government business. It's a competent city builder, and I am sure it will remain one and will probably get better over time. And that's one of the things too, right? It is, again, difficult to justify buying a new game when one of the key assumptions about the new game you must inevitably make is, I could buy it now, or I could just not buy it now. I could wait until the game was half price, and until the game had significantly more content. Oh boy, people are really, really fucking unhappy, aren't they? And they're about to randomly burst into flames as well. Wow. Imagine that. I built another sanctuary to keep people a little bit less upset. And there are definitely mechanics like this that I just really don't like. Like, the fact that people will just be randomly upset with you because your city is large is retarded. It comes down to one of those, it's artificial difficulty, and that is literally all it is. It is the game developer saying, well, you know, I don't want you to advance that quickly. I want to limit your ability to build fast, and like, you're already doing that by restricting access to building resources like wood, for example, like tile. You're already limiting my ability to build at certain speeds by simply just taking away and granting me limited quantities of other resources. You're already doing that. Adding in another mechanic, and an arbitrary mechanic as well, well, it just literally does feel arbitrary. It feels like you are punishing me for no good fucking reason. And it's even worse when it's so arbitrary as people just be like, oh my god, there are too many humans on this island. And there's not even that many people. There's 1,200 people on this island. And yet you're telling me that that is some sort of devastating moral effect. That is squalor. 1,000 people. Fuck, that's not even a village. I mean, if we were hitting like 10,000 people on this island.
Wise. Counsel me in the ways of war, to rain death and destruction and to crush the enemy.
Then fair enough. If there were genuinely like 10,000 people on the island, I might go, yeah, that's a lot of people in a relatively small area. I get why people are upset, but no, we're barely above 1,000 dudes. We're barely above 1,000 fucking dudes. And yet, well, I'm betting it's the single, yeah, no, it's, there you go, 640. It is the single largest negative effect. In fact, it is the single largest effect in total. That's just fucking retarded.
Getting this empire back on its feet won't be easy. The Legion has a saying, if your attack is going well, you're walking into an ambush.
Hello, Discount Sean Bean. How are you doing today? My coffers are not empty. Are you blind or stupid? Or both? I'm gonna need something that increases law and order. I hope there is
A small
something.
fire has broken out. Too small to be of
Watchtowers?
concern.
Watchtowers sounds like they would do well at dealing with that. And speaking of, I'm going to load you up with a little bit of wood. So that I can get the economy over on this island just
As do we.
starting to roll just a little bit. Also, I'm probably going to want to move the trading post, honestly. There, because that'll give me way easier access to the other place. It's probably gonna necessitate another warehouse over here, but that's not the worst thing in the universe. Actually, I don't really have a space for another warehouse over here. Maybe that is the worst thing in the universe. Okay, fine. Chuck one down there. And it'll be a little bit of a walk, but... that's fine. I hope. Right, and we are doing well on all of our resources. Excellent. Right. I do need a lot more wood. A lot more wood. It does feel that it's throttling. Throttling. Taking no gladiators, then. I do think there are actually gladiators, eventually. I believe you can build a Colosseum, which I'm looking forward to. I like a Colosseum. And I guess we've hit the waiting stage of things. Right, the island happiness is critical, which sucks, but, I don't have that many ways to deal with it at the moment, so I just guess I'm just gonna have to live with it. Oh. A small I thought you said it was nothing that I need to worry about. It's burning down my shit. That is something I need to worry about. God damn it. Stupid advisor. Where's the fucking thing? There's the thing. Bigalace. Like, sir, there's a small fire in your city. You don't need to worry about it. Is it burning down any of my buildings? Yes. Then I really should worry about it.
Stories can't hold your brightness, Gav.
I thought that was just like maybe a warning to be like, oh yes, there's a danger of something happening now. But no. Shit was actually on fire.
I would very much like to talk business.
Would you now? Actually, I would like to talk business too.
What news from the provinces? Any new conquests?
Minus 110. Well, apparently that's not going to happen. No. Yeah, apparently that's just not going to happen.
Dinner guest. If only people could stop mentioning.
Alright, so what does it give me? Just increase production for now? Okay. Globally? Shrine of Mars. Ooh. Gladiators. Okay, so you do have gladiators. That's nice. Nice, nice, nice. Well, that'll reduce the fire a little bit, but not by fucking much, no. Like, look at that. Look at that. So, the fire effects, right? The fire effects are plus 316, and then minus, like, less than 100 from buildings and stuff. But city status, minus 734. And city status is the size of your city. So the only reason why my city is in danger of catching fire is because it's too large and the game is arbitrarily punishing me for building in a building video game. That is mildly idiotic. That's more than mildly idiotic. It's stridently fucking retarded is what it is. Right, here. You would.
Through the waves.
Now then, where are we going to get started here? This looks like a good wood gathering area. Let's make sure we got the wood stuff down first. Right, wood. Wood. One wood. 2 wood. Is there no space for a 4th wood? Sorta kinda no. Okay, well that'll be good enough. There. Suboptimal, but functional. Plenty of wood production. Now need to worry about the fishes. Without the fishes, my people will be hungry, and then my people will be upset. My people will be upset regardless, but oh no. Oh no. It's a retarded coastline. Oh no. Okay, well. This is the closest I've ever come to considering actually doing diagonal line building. But I will not submit to the temptation of diagonal lines. This is Anno, goddammit, we don't build diagonally. Even if it's going to really feel like I'm already building diagonally here, regardless. From humble beginnings.
In one of your cities.
Will a new mighty metropolis rise? Eventually. I really want to build more houses over here. Because I really want more income. As my income, it remains utterly fucking pathetic. And I really want to expand my infrastructure and build more stuff, but... I feel like I can't really build more stuff, because if I build more stuff, my unhappiness is going to go up even further. Oh, fuck it. Lavender Grove does actually give 1 point of happiness, which is not much, but it is something. $180 fields. Oh, God. Okay, harsh, but not unworkable.
Citizens are dissatisfied with their lot and may soon revolt.
I know. They're upset with being...
One of your cities is at risk of a great fire.
Great fire, Schmeier. If they burn, they burn. What do you want from me? I'm trying to give you flowers, aren't I? Be satisfied with the flowers, you weirdos. That in range? That is in range. Lovely. Right. Lavender. I'm going to need a lot of lavender buildings, which is fine because, well, they're also used for soap, so that's good. I don't know how I feel about the building inside of cities thing. Oh, no, don't do that. It's kind of neat. I mean, I don't, like, hate it, because it does kind of, you know, force you to build a little bit more organically, I guess. But I'm not sure I love it, either. It feels weird to just construct a random lavender field in the middle of my city, you know? Well, it doesn't feel very urban. Alright, I'm going to need a lot more lavender than that, so I think we're going to build the lavender on this side here. How long will this need to be? Long. Right, that gives me 4... Let's do 6. Okay, mass production of lavender. Then I need fucking charcoal. I hate charcoal. Rendering works and pigs. Right, okay, so I've got 6 lavender, which translates into 3 soap. Only 3 soap. Only 3 soap. That's somewhat disappointing. Also, I still haven't found the buy anything building yet. Alright, I'm gonna transport over another 50 wood, and then we're gonna go and try and find the buy everything building. Speaking of, you've been building houses. Or not houses. You've been chopping wood, which means I can build houses. As if I'm planning to export soap, and I am. I really do actually need somebody to sell the soap to at some point as well. Happiness. Oh, wow. -2 happiness and -2 fire safety. Okay. I guess we're going to be building that somewhere completely separate from everything else. Building. And I reckon we just double pig production. Real quick and easy. Oh, was there too many carts here? There you go. Problem solved. What is this then? That needs something I have no idea what is. Okay. Mind. No specialists. I don't. Right, then the populace will get soap. Population, happiness. Happiness -1. Really? Why? Oh, God, they're making soap next door. Disgusting. Really? Really? You're upset by somebody making soap? I feel like that's a little bit retarded, honestly. I feel like that's very retarded, actually. Blazestone. Greetings, Lord Bartley. I was catching up Semford Bridge yesterday when I realized you were live. Thanks for missing it due to a need nap. How's the new Anno so far? Homestuck, milking farm, worm and funds. I mean, I'm enjoying it a lot more than the demo. I can say that for absolute certain. It's way better. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'd say it was better than the demo, because I kind of... Because it is largely just the demo, but when you don't have to stress through everything, it is definitely a significantly superior experience. And it is a decent game. It's a decent city builder, even though it has lots of weird things, like randomly keeping you away from building, for example, just to artificially throttle you, which feels dumb. Dumb and unnecessary. Dumb and very, very much so unnecessary. And again, like, the big problem that remains is, why would you buy this when Anno 1800 is already out? That's the problem you just can't ever really get around. Oh, don't do that. Because they really needed to lean more into the Roman flavor if they wanted the game to truly stand on its own 2 feet. And they didn't. It definitely is mostly just a game that is a city builder. That is just Anno, without a whole lot of Roman Anno flavor mixed in. And I do believe that is a genuine mistake. As again, it will make the question as to why you should buy this instead of 1800, which is going to have so much more content, more and more difficult to answer. But at the same time, like, that is a problem of the games industry's own making, so I don't even want to make excuses for it either. That's the problem. I don't want to... I don't know, how do I put it? On the one hand, I don't want the fact that it is a sequel and suffers from all the usual problems of a sequel in the modern day world to be a condemnation in itself. Because theoretically, a game should be able to sink or swim on its own objective merits, right? But simultaneously, that objective merit must also be taken into the wider consideration of the market at large, the gaming market. And if there exists product that does what the game does, but better, I mean, it's not like you're going to wear it out, you know? And there's nothing lost from waiting either. If you choose to wait until Anno 1800, now Anno 117, is as developed as Anno 1800, you lose absolutely nothing. There is no drawback whatsoever. In fact, there are only benefits, as you will be able to play a game with more features, more gameplay, more polish, less bugs, etc.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
It is a rod for the game developer's own back that they've created with this system. Oh, so my piggy farm's up and running. Am I creating piggies? Am I creating soap? I am, slowly, but surely. Do I have enough charcoal? Yes, I'm stagnant on charcoal, which is what you want. I am starting to not do well on tunics, though. Yes, porridge and tunics need more. Well, I also should really be starting to worry about building, ships, so... I make 3 of those over there. Make 3 of these.
Oh, Governor! Diana Augusta. Mother reckons keeping the codices does me good, but I'm literally dying to get back to Rome.
And there's the buy everything lady, finally. Damn. I was wondering where the fuck you were. There, 2 tunics. 1 of these. And then production of boat things. Over here with another warehouse. And do I have enough sheep for this? Maybe. We'll find out. Oh, yes. And porridges. A bit more porridge. Lovely. Blaystone. Also, so annoying with nonsense about COVID from both sides. As someone who works in healthcare, the bullshit propaganda from the state about masks pissed me off. Just as much as people saying, oh, masks don't do anything by themselves. No shit. Without eye protection or using properly rated and certified masks, no shit, all the masks basically useless. Attempted to do a video in it myself, Homestuck, Milky Farm, and Worm Fund. Well, yes. Like, another big thing that was blatantly missed during the entire thing, as we can't call it what it was too loudly, was the near religious belief in that you could do one thing and be safe, right? And, oh, right, warehouses, I forgot about that. this was very much so kind of an ode to the boomer-esque populace, in my opinion, where we knew that this wouldn't help in and of itself, but we needed to put something out there to basically mollify the populace. To basically be like, listen, we're doing something, don't worry about it, here's an easy measure you can take right now to feel safe. Basically a way to stem panic, almost more so than anything else, right? And whilst I appreciate that is necessary, of course.
There are signs of public unrest.
Unrest? Filth. How dare you? Have I researched the little wash stations thingy yet? No, I have not. Upsetting. I can move it later when I need it somewhere else. Right, where's the sell everything chick? There she is. Right. Okay. And back up.
Who knows what adventures await beyond the horizon? Uncle Tarragon always says the first step is to get lost.
That is
Some days I just want to eat figs and
a
spy
lot
on
of money.
Senate meetings.
Ah, okay, yeah, right. So we're series here because I'm going to be growing stuff. So definitely series.
Prolific series. May our soils reek ripely in your care, that when seeded they burst forth with abundance.
May your tummy burst too, old woman. May you be home to many cute little chest bursters. Stuff? Are you gonna give me something? Hire Brutus workforce. Income. Flip a coin. Income, definitely.
Quite a striking turn of events.
So I put him in here.
My business is your
There we
business,
go.
boy.
Money!
Specialists may improve your island. As
Ruins.
painful as it appears, a touch of civil unrest is normal in a growing city.
Unironically, yes. A touch of civil unrest is normal in a growing city. You know, actually, so that is one thing I actually do sort of kind of like, in a way. Like, the fact that you can't necessarily control your populace. And it does feel as if the game is basically stridently saying, like, no. You literally can't keep everything at perfect peace because we're gonna derp your happiness so fucking hard, we're not gonna let you do it. See, because in Anno, nobody ever rebelled, right? Because you needed to screw up so fucking incredibly bad that it was basically impossible to get people to rebel. Whereas here, it feels basically impossible to not get people to rebel at some point. Which is... I kind of appreciate that in a weird way. I feel like that kind of forces you to deal more with because we've been complaining how this game doesn't have any Roman flavor, right? And that is absolutely true. But perhaps a little bit of that flavor could be dealing with unruly populaces, you know? I feel like I might be huffing copium with that, but it's something. Fincarn, simply put, Pax Romana is a good game by itself, but it falls short of its predecessor. Get it after it had more time to catch up to 1800 standards. Yeah. I mean, that would largely be the safe assumption with most games being released these days.
You're desperate enough.
Listen, it's probably okay, but if you wait a bit, it'll be great. That is a fair assumption. Let's get some more unhappiness in our city.
Ideal conditions for plague.
Plague? Oh. That sounds uncomfortable. To be fair, I haven't actually made any concessions to dealing with the... Oh, fucking finally, the watchtower. To dealing with the city's plague status, so... I guess I should build a Medica. Oh, this covers along cities, does it? Oh, nice. Oh, well, along streets instead of an area of effect. Okay. Well, I'd love to build you in the center of the city, but I do have a lot of stuff in the center of the city. Can I squeeze you in there? 1, 2... I need to make up like 3 squares. I might be able to do that, actually.
The cap that made me a free chap.
Yes. Yes, there you go. Now people are healthy again. They're upset, but they're healthy. Right, I'm going to need to spritz in a bunch of these watch posts everywhere. Fucking 500 denaries a pop. Holy fucking shit. Good. Oh, yet again. Well, I don't have any of that, but I do have tiles.
Through the waves.
At least I'm finally having a decent income. I just wish that it wouldn't bankrupt me whenever I wanted to build
soon revolt.
Build anything, really. That'd be nice. So, how much money do you want to build this little watch post? It's basically just a bundle of sticks with an observation platform at the top. What do you want for it? 500 denaries, sir.
You have been building for 2 hours, Harry. May I suggest some refreshments?
I feel as if I am being screwed. I feel as if I am being defrauded, fucked, violated, raped even. And not in a kind, gentle, I actually consent to this manner either. In a most decidedly uncomfortable way. Right, minus 707 happiness. City status, minus 1,315. Holy fucking... Oh my god. Right. I'm starting to think maybe I just don't want to build anything else on this island. Maybe I just... Oh god, is that making them even more unhappy? It is. Me building them better houses is making them unhappier. Oh, well... Fuck me, I guess. I feel like I just need to abandon this island and go somewhere else, and just use it for resources, because... Good God. Anything I build on that island is only going to make matters worse right now.
As do we.
How are you doing? Are you happy? Yes, you've got loads of stuff, you've got loads of resources, you are a happy little place. Alright, so let's get you started on something a bit fancier then.
Trick or treat. Can I sell your treat?
We are going to need some tile production, and then we're going to need to get into work on amphoras and olive oil. That's right, so you feel like the American government? Yes, a little bit. Infernal, with respect, Arch, as I don't want to go over old ground, but the advocates for a hero to unalive does not mean blanket unaliving. It is for critical situation like Darkseid or Brainiac. Yes, but I would still maintain that you shouldn't unalive them either. That's the thing. Even if it is a genuine, absolute, unironic, unrepentant, irredeemable villain, like, that's much why I use the example of the Joker, because the Joker is definitely pretty goddamn irredeemable at this point. I think everyone more or less agrees on that. You still shouldn't unalive them. That is still not a hero's duty. Because it is a failure. Heroes do not fail. And unaliving someone, no matter, again, how good of a reason it might be, is a failure. And I don't want the hero to fail. I want the hero, the superhero, to be able to overcome all challenges. Now, you could also then argue that you could have a situation in which unaliving someone is the hero's challenge. And I agree. I'm rather sympathetic to that position, actually, because you absolutely could have a situation like that. It is what I...
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
It's what I imagine that they were thinking about doing with Zack Snyder's Superman eventually, where they would have him kill General Zod, and then that would be a long-term thing, a long-term issue that he had to deal with. Either psychologically, morally, in terms of Batman finding out about it and going like, okay, you've already killed once, why shouldn't I believe you would kill again? Stuff like that. But they never did anything with that. And so I am largely just left with the assumption that they only did it because they didn't want him to be a superhero. They wanted him to be a hero, sure, but not a superhero. Let's see, is that... Yeah, there we go. That's basic clay production up and running. I do need more people. Because, again, it should be up to the government to unalive these things.
Fire is the answer.
That is the government's responsibility. Guns don't kill people. Lethal injection don't kill people. The government kills people. And the government has gotten pretty good at it so far. Right, can I make garum on this island? No mackerel fertility. I see. I'm sorry, sir. You can't build garum on this island. Why not? The fish don't grow here, sir. Well, I really can't argue against that, can I? I really can't. I have no argument against the fish don't grow here. You got me. You got me good, actually. You got me very good. And then the bakeries, which do increase income, but also rapes fire safety, so... I mean, it is a lot of... +2 is a lot of money. Fuck it. Let them burn.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
There, I'll even give you a fire watch. For, you know, when the inevitable fire tsunami begins ravaging the city. People are so much happier when there's not a lot of people on the island. It's quite quaint, really. Oh, right. That also does destroy the shelter of the silly little peasants. Right. Good enough for now? Yes. So, how much soap have I been producing this time? Soap, 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 soap. Am I swimming in soap? 12 28. That's not bad.
Festina Lente.
Right, how much does 20 soap earn me?
We advance.
Let's find out. People are still violently unhappy. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Oh, am I researching the depot yet? Because I really do kind of need the depot at some point. Depots. Those, definitely. Just research everything, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Mistakes anyone? Dog suit. No art. I think unaliving is a hero's duty with someone like the Joker. If you had a hero like the Shadow, remember the Shadow came before Batman, and Batman's rip-off of the Shadow. Oh yeah, he is. But again, that's the difference. The Shadow is indeed a hero, but the Shadow is not a superhero. Again, that's the key difference. A superhero overcomes, no matter what the odds are. A hero can absolutely unalive a villain. There's nothing wrong with it. It is, in fact, it's expected. It is expected for a hero to unalive a villain. But yet again, not a superhero. No, I'm running low on salt. I should get more salt. That's not salt. Right, let's build... Oh, you can customize the ships. That's kind of neat. Oh, God, 2,000. Okay. Alright, let's build a ship. Did I ever finish researching those wells? No, I didn't. Am I currently researching wells? I am. Nice. And we've got that. I would love to import garum, but I can get salt here, right? Yes. I can get salt. You might even use the superheroes to unalive the person. That's a possibility too. Like, okay, you've got somebody who you can't just, gas to death. You've got to do something special. You could even have a moral conundrum kind of thing where you need, like, you've decided. The government has decided, okay, Zod is too dangerous to live. We can't allow him, but we don't actually know how to kill him. Hey, Superman, would you be so kind as to, snap his neck for us or something? That could be an interesting moral conundrum. Probably a little bit on the dark side, but still. That easily supplies the tannery. You'd think some of the people would actually eat the piggies, but no. If the piggies aren't being used for shoes, then the piggies are just left alone. Nobody eats the piggies.
Fluttery, buttery butt.
Seems a little cruel to me, honestly. You really should just eat the piggies. Piggies are delicious.
Heaven for my tombstone, I'd be the laughter in the walls.
It feels like it does you good to eat a sardine.
Well, it doesn't. Sardines are laced with microplastics and all kinds of toxic bullshit. You keep eating those sardines, you're going to die. Right, so that'll give them shoes and bread. Right, that'll give me some population to play with. And then I need, oh, fire safety. You know that, oh, minus fire safety. Never mind. Oh, but it gives, oh, population fire safety. Now that is useful. Now that is very useful, in fact. I like that, yes. The real Zartax, the hero is unexpected to unalive a villain. The superheroes are expected to unalive all of them. You jaded little fucks, you. All of you. All of you, I say. Anyway, I can build a warehouse here without violently fucking the wood infrastructure. Yes. Yes, I can, actually. Right, clay. Resin. Oh god, don't tell me. Yes, they need to be built near fucking forests. Of course they do. Of course they do. Right, what about over here? Oh. At least they have very small areas of effect. That's nice. I can easily build many of them in the same area. That's good. Three, four. I'm thinking we're gonna go for 6 if we can. Alright, 6 resin traps. Oh, God. Ugh. That reduces efficiency by so much. It hurts. Oh, well. Suck it up, grin and bear it. Six resin traps, and then fucking charcoal. I hate this new fucking idiotic thing about needing specific areas for things. That is my biggest complaint by far of this entire system, because it makes you basically need to zone off huge areas of your island. And Anno 1800 has taught me that those are areas that I should be building in, but. Well, actually, in this game...
There's a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
That's not actually as true anymore, because of the game punishing you so fucking viciously hard for even just having 1,000 people on an island, I guess you've kind of got to be just like, oh, that's not how it works anymore. You don't actually build in those areas.
Has finished.
Having huge areas of dead territory is actually kind of how the game works, which is upsetting and annoying, but it is literally actually how the game kind of works now. Still upsetting and annoying, but even so. Right, that's a good amount of amphora production. Right, I'm about to have a population collapse. Lovely! Quickly, expand the basic bitch buildings before people starve.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
There's about to be a lot more of a shortage as well. It's about to become fucking catastrophic, actually. People are about to run out of tiny little felt hats. And without their felt hats, as we all know, the Romans just die. Or leave in droves, one or the other. I'm out of wood. That's upsetting. Especially as my population is about to start collapsing, because I didn't build enough shit for the fucking little peasants to live in. So how much do I get for...
slaves moving cargo.
500?
Just the necessities.
Okay, that's not as much money as I was hoping for.
As do we.
That's a lot less money than I was hoping for. Yeah, damn it. There.
Trick or treat. Can I show you feet?
Alright, do I have... Actually, they do have very good felt hat coverage. No. Build them all here. There, hopefully that'll prevent the worst of the population collapse. Although...
Trick or treat. Can I show
I am now going to need more houses to stave off the population collapse in and of itself. Whilst also needing more plebeians to stave off another population collapse. The good old-fashioned doom spiral. Always an unwelcome sight. I'll give them a moment to build up a little bit of wood first. I mean, at least they are adequately dispersing the resources across the island, or the workers, so it's not collapsing as bad as I might have feared. This is good. It is collapsing, but gently. There's audits, people have spoken. Campaign time, March. 52% want to do play the campaign. That's more than I expected. Multi-Doll would love to see Archer's group play a superhero RPG game, seeing what people come up with, superheroes, villains, or something in between. Multi-Doll, I think that as a gradient, superheroes who fall into more lethal protector roles are willing to kill, and those superheroes who are guardians that don't kill their enemies but save people.
I have lost.
Yeah, well, there's always room for scope and scale, of course. And there's also always a room for potentially forgiveness as well, as that is one of the things that Dispatch does, of course. The ability to redeem people. And redemption is absolutely a powerful tool, both in terms of storytelling and in terms of morality and in the evolution of a character. Oh, no, my city grew! Damn it, now suddenly my people are unhappy! I wish my cities would never grow, because it's not even the populace that seems to piss them off. It's just that the city grows larger, and that in and of itself seems to be an inexcusable hardship for the populace. Oh, fat fucking shits. Another research building would not be a terrible idea. Damn it, it doesn't... Well, Suboptimal, but functional. Right, more research. That gives me City Watch, which hopefully gives me more peace and quiet. Right, I built one of those. I have to build one of these for happiness.
Your people are ailing.
Oh, that's pretty normal. Thank God these at least stack. Right, where are people dying? Over there? Wow, there, that is in the middle of absolute nowhere. I really don't want to build a fucking 2,000 denarii medicus in the middle of nowhere, but I guess I don't have much of a choice. Alright, let's build some wells. Reduce the rampant fire hazard by at least a little bit. Now, look at that. People are becoming super, super happy. So long as you don't look at the stats, of course. God, I could cover this city in fucking wells and it still wouldn't be enough. Watch posts, watch posts. Watch posts. Minus 46 workers. God damn it. Am I running out of anything? No, I'm good. Oh, God, no. I have to build more buildings. Every time I feel like I'm starting to get a... Look at that. Every time I'm like, oh, I'm almost starting to get a grip on things. I realize that I'm using too many people to get a grip on things. And so I need to build more buildings to get more people to occupy the buildings that I'm trying to get a grip on things with. And because of that, I don't have a grip on anything anymore. I feel like I am pissing into a strong wind. That's what I feel like. A very strong wind that keeps shoving my piss right back down my face. It's an uncomfortable feeling. Alright, let's build... I need a market here. I could... Yeah, market could be a little bit further north. At least on this island, people are still happy. Sort of. Right, 20 people. That should be a good...
Is it too little demand, perhaps?
Well, output storage. Oh, you're... right, you're not connected to anything. Okay, fair enough. There you go. Let's make one more amber production building. God, really? There are not enough trees for you. Eh. There, 2 more amber production buildings. Right. Hopefully that will give me enough amphoras to start actually exporting some of it. What is my current level at? Amphoras. 30! Nice! I'm producing a lot more of those than I thought I was. Okay. We can set up our first little trade route then. Right, so you are going to go over there, where you are going to pick up amphoras. Not 50 of them, no, that's probably a bit much. Start with 10? Yeah, start with 10. Then you go to Gargantua and you unload those goods there. Now, I'd like to bring Garum over there. Now we'll do that. How am I on Garum? Garum. I'm great on Garum.
What
Okay.
could you possibly require?
In which case, we will load 10... 109, 10 Garum. Right, I am gonna run out of Garum at that rate, so we do need... to increase that a bit. That should be more than enough. And I think I was making Garum over here already. Yes, I was. So I shall double down on it. I wonder if I can hit minus 1,000 happiness. I feel like that would be a bit of an achievement, you know? Minus 1,000 happiness. Wouldn't that be cool? I think so. Ooh, a depot. Yes, a depot would be great. And as I'm about to need to build another segment of the city, we might just be able to reach a minus 1,000 happiness. Life in ancient Rome really, really, really fucking sucked. Apparently. Any economic crashes about to happen? Anything I'm starting to lose? No, no, no? Good. All the lines are going up.
Neptune's finest! Ready!
I'm kind of hesitant. Oh.
Let's cut the bureaucracy. Get this done for me, eh?
Holy fuck! Are you kidding me? Holy shh! Are you fucking joking? 85 tons of You sure don't start out easy, do you? 85.
You can't run, you can't hide, but you can quiver like a bird tongue in aspic.
Fucking Christ. Okay, well, I do have an hour and 30 minutes to do it, but fucking 85 tons of amphoras.
So you do have convictions of your own.
I'm going to need to build additional ships to transport that.
Festina Lente.
And a lot of amphoras. Minus 943. And again, I want to just stress as well that if you look at like the happiness thing, the break, where's the happiness thing? Accolades? Hall of Fames? No? Statistics. I want to see happiness. Governments. So if you look at the breakdown, right, the losses, 1,748. So you'll see bakery, minus 2. So charcoal burner, minus 6. Clay pit, minus 8. Minus 32 for Garum works. Like, the minus happiness on my entire island is probably maybe 200 at most. But then comes effects, city status, 1,569. All of that unhappiness comes solely from the size of the city. Solely from the size of the city. So, to even begin to counteract that, you need to produce 1,500 happiness. Alone? I don't really need one, but if it makes you like me more. Run especially as a captain. Okay, that's fine. Did I actually get something? No. I did not. So it's all arbitrary throttling, and I can't wait for a mod that removes that. I cannot wait for a mod that just removes that, because that is just a silly feature.
With oil, picking me teeth with the bones.
I mean, not like it's actually proved to be much of a problem either. I mean, there's been like a couple moments of unrest and the police have just crushed it, so it's not like it does anything, but... Right, amphora production is in full swing. I think it is time to start with olives and olive oil then, too. You don't need to grow anything specific, do you? No, you can just make groves. Excellent, right. What part of my island can I give over to some of this? Probably over here, looks like the most likely. Do you need... No, you can just be an olive press, thank fuck. Right, how many fields? 160. Oh gosh, okay. And you produce on a 2-minute basis. Ooh. Nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Right, producing enough olives is going to be challenging, maybe. I'm hoping that just completely filling this entire area with olives will be enough.
A city is unhealthy. Ideal conditions for plague.
Oh, it's not just unhealthy, my boy. It's downright pestilent. That's how I like it. You're just gonna have to deal with it. A little plague is good for the body. It strengthens it. Makes it more resistant to other plagues.
Has started in your city.
And that is actually sort of kind of true, yeah. Occasionally getting the plague will make you more resistant to getting the plague. Holy shit, a genuinely just universally beneficial building? Wow. I'm a little bit amazed, frankly. I guess there's no reason why you wouldn't want to live next to an olive press. Right, where were you revolting? Let me guess, over here, right? Right, where are you rebelling today, so I may slap down some police to beat you? Where are they rebelling? Ah, I reached my goal of 1,000 unhappiness. I'm quite content with myself. Right, I do need to deal a little bit with the unhealthy nature of everything. I agree. Everything is rather rancid and filthy. Fair enough. Good enough. There wouldn't happen to be a Medica tent somewhere, would there? Hospitality. That's not it. A nice little hospital building. Latrines. That's probably It probably does good things for
Are you
health.
ready to rut this yellow mare's fluttery buttery
Hippocratic
bud?
core. Well, patrols +1. Ah, happiness area for fact 1. Oh, fuck. Devote 2 cities to a single patron and generate at least 500 knowledge.
One of your cities is at risk of a great fire.
I need another island before I can even unlock that, do I?
Construction of a ship has finished.
It'll be in workforce +50. That's great. Yeah, I get that. Right, well, a rebellion started, and the rebellion then swiftly ended as it was beaten. Sounds all fine, fair, and good to me, really. 83. Okay, I am actually producing a lot of amphoras. Right. 50. Okay, maybe the 80 amphoras wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but that sounded like a lot of fucking amphoras. I don't really want to expand this city anymore, but I need the workforce, goddammit.
Heresy is the question. Fire is the answer.
So, now that you've got all of your stuff...
broth a dumpling hopes to die for.
Well, eventually. Right, amphora... 0. God, you've gone down to 0 already?
What could you possibly require?
I'm gonna have to pick up more than 10 at a time, aren't I? Wait, amphora being loaded 10. 1? What do you mean? Did you just pick up 1 amphora and then leave? That wouldn't even surprise me. 31. Yeah, okay. Production is excellent over here. Yeah, we should be able to do the thing. And make sure that there is plenty more left over. Excellent. Excellent indeed. Anime document the universe is informing me you should build a temple, Archley. Probably is. Type Theta, in my honest opinion, Snyder Films are a few degrees shy of being Injustice timeline. Yes. Yes, unironically. As an object, I think superheroes should spare people because mercy is the purview of the strong, and superheroes should be the strongest of all. That's a good way of putting it too, yes. And Academy, ye who are unvaxxed, rise up, my pure-blooded brethren. Actually, Festival of Seer, it wouldn't be a bad idea to build a thing here, because if these people get more faith, then they'll boost series, and series boosts growth, which means I'll get more of the things I need to be producing over here. I would like to build it in the middle of the city, but I can't build it in the middle of the city. Anything I could get rid of? That, probably?
Even if I only buy the character mark, I'm buying it for me. Having walls got my name on it. I practiced.
There, and that will give me way more worship of Ceres, which will boost production of olive oil, olives, and everything else nice. Great. I could probably move porridge production over here too in the long run. Which would not be a terrible idea at all. As that would free up a bunch of dudes over here to do something else as well.
Waiting for your decree.
Everything is perfect for the governor's visit.
Everything is just perfect. Ideal.
What
amazing.
Could you possibly require?
50, 60, 70.
Waiting for your decree.
Let's see how long 20 amphoras will last me. Hopefully longer than the last bunch. As they're already complaining they don't have enough, the lazy little bastards. Ruins? What the fuck? Why didn't you tell me about this? As the last building finally burns to the ground. I feel like, sir, your primary wood production area is on fire and has burnt to the ground. Might have been something you could have informed me of. That seemed like something I would have liked to know, but apparently it was relatively irrelevant for me to know about that. Here, now you can shit. In public. What do you mean locked? Oh, I need people for it? Oh no, I need more peasants again. Will the flood of plebeians never end? Actually, it will. I wish I was building this for plebeians. I'm building this for freed slaves. For some reason, I decided to build my entire economy, my entire civilization, city, and everything on the back of freed slaves who are constantly unhappy, constantly upset, screaming at me of every last thing, and are right now bitching their asses off because they live in civilization. It was a mistake to free the slaves. It was a terrible, terrible, terrible mistake to free the slaves. One from which I fear we shall never recover. What are you lacking? Olives. I really need more olives? I feel like I'm producing a load of olives. Apparently not. Okay, more olives it is then. Ah, freeing the slaves was truly a catastrophe. We really should have known better. We should have seen the writing on the wall. We should have known never to do such a stupid thing. Yet here we are, suffering the consequences of our mistakes. Yeah, you've got space. Slight fire hazards on this island too now. Slight. There, that'll help out. There. The fire hazard is back to merely constantly persistent levels. And as I am going to require more fucking peasants, we are about to see the fire hazard spike yet again. Beautiful. Amphoras, 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 amphoras. Amphoras, there we go. 80. And I needed 85. Close. Very close. What is it I need the most out of? I have amber. So what I need is probably clay, I would imagine. Clay. Civilization is doing well. You know what? Yes, no. Civilization is actually doing relatively well. Civilization is doing fairly well. It's coping with things. Uh-oh. I only picked up one garum. Does that mean that I've run out of garum over here? Because that's a bit of a panic thing, if that's the case. No, I've got 76. Why did I only pick up one garum? What? 20. Where? Wait. Have they made ships intelligent enough to only fill up to the amount that they're gonna unload? Oh my god, that is actually a genuine... Holy fuck, that is the first thing that so far that I've noticed that is actually a genuine improvement of Anno. Because Anno had this thing where if you ordered a ship to unload 10 of a thing, but there was only a space for 9, then you would have a surplus of 1. And then the ship would go back and pick up another 10, and so it would have 11 in the hold. And if that continued, eventually,
every kind of blue.
The ship would start filling up with resources that it could not deposit. That is actually a genuine improvement. Holy fuck.
Through the waves.
That is actually a step forward. I am a little flabbergasted and shocked by that, but that is actually the first then genuine improvement over Anno 1800 that I've seen so far. Nice. And now that we've got amphoras, I should be able to upgrade buildings again. Alright, what's the next tier of building?
We are privileged to serve.
Eques, nobles.
You can now travel between different provinces and at great speed.
Ah, that unlocks the new world.
And no messing around.
Alright, so that's the new world then, is it? What do you mean?
Has started in your city.
Wine and cheese, of course, of course. What is this about a fire? That message needs to stay up on screen longer.
It's gone up like pipes.
It's strange how these fires always seem to happen in areas where there aren't actually any firefighters. Fucking mystical, that. Mysterious, even. Right. Almost as if the fire is intelligent. Sentient, even. And somehow the universe then decided that I do indeed need even more olives. There. Surely that's got to be enough olives for now. That is a lot of olives. This fire is spreading suspiciously quickly. Yeah, I don't know if the Romans put out fires like that. In fact, I am 1000% sure the Romans didn't put out fires like that. The Romans used sand to put out fire, not primitive fire trucks.
Someone help!
I do like the fact that they're still working whilst they're on fire. I mean, yes, sure, it's a little bit warm, but... So what if it's a little hot? It's a little toasty. We're used to things being a little toasty. Not a big problem, honestly.
I got some really dreadful verses. Want to see?
600,000, holy fuck.
Fortuna favors the foolish.
Items. Clarion Caller is actually now compelling. Military Specialist. Troop recruit must be 100. Troop recruit 20. Venator Artemis. Workforce needed. Upkeep cost 66. That's kind of shit. Discovery radius. Movement speed. Unfavorable wind. Prone transfer speed. That's fucking amazing. But he costs an unfathomable quantity of money. So no.
I charge by the pairs. Slave markets, fish markets, how my tenants use their floor space is up to them.
Productivity. That's not awful. And also, oh, there we go.
So, Syracuse, we deal in acquisitions and human relations, in a manner of speaking.
The bad people.
Restless raiders roam these seas. If anyone here is friendly, it is certainly not them.
We advance.
keep your nose out of Syra, Governor, and we'll have ourselves a pleasant arrangement.
Aqueducts.
Fancy counting yourself among the winners.
Theaters. Ah, +3 happiness. Good God, thank you. Yes, that would be amazing. Not gonna be building that anytime soon, but still, 22. Oh no, you do still do that dumb thing. You do still do that dumb thing. Oh, for the love of... Why did you just pick up one garum? Why do you keep picking up just one garum? Am I... I'm not entirely sure what the video game is doing there, but oh well. Right. So with all of that in mind, I think we should try to reach some conclusions then. Now that we've had a good amount of playtime with the game, first and foremost, I want to point out the AI has done absolutely nothing. 1000% nothing. The AI has not built a damn thing.
1,000 lamps.
The AI hasn't expanded. The AI hasn't built much, if anything, in the way of infrastructure. They haven't built, like, they're just... Like, I get that the AIs in Anno 1800s never actually build their cities, but at least they usually expand to other islands. They haven't done that even. They've done nothing.
Officers of instrumentation. Do not say I'm not practical.
At all.
Investments and sustenance are apportioned to the needy.
And I'm suspecting that's because they probably don't have the money, because it costs like 30,000 denarii to get one island. And from what they've built, they're probably getting a couple hundred at most in income. Like, it's been like 3 hours now, and I've only finally arrived at the point where I actually have a decent income of money. So the AI seems utterly worthless at the moment. There's not really a whole lot of raiders or anything going on either, so... The first one, I understand that one not expanding because that's supposed to be the easy one, the Lycian Ma. But that's supposed to be the normal one over here. And there's supposed to be... I think there's only normal ones. There's one hard one.
Altogether too much movement of froth, spume, and foam.
It has done nothing in 3 hours. In 3 hours, I would have expected even the easiest AI to be claiming an island. In fact, in Anno, they would definitely have done so by now.
We stand... waiting.
So that's not great. The throttling mechanics are definitely annoying. Don't like those. They annoy me. It makes the game even slower than it already is. And the game is quite slow. This is definitely a significantly slower game than Anno 1800. Building-wise, it's slower. It's smaller, too. It's way, way, way smaller. And the size is mostly determined by the enormous penalties you get when you build a large island. I mean, 1,751 minus happiness for being a large island is not something you're going to be counteracting with just tier 1 or 2, or I'm thinking probably tier 3 buildings as well. So it's much smaller, and simultaneously, the fact that certain buildings, like the charcoal burner, requires fairly significant areas of your island to be given over to their own production makes the game even smaller. Like, you can never build the kind of massive metropolises you did in Anno 1800 in this game. You wouldn't even get close. Oh, concrete. That's what that icon was for. Not even close. I mean, Anno 1800, you basically had literally entire island just covered, all of it, in buildings. That is not something you're going to be able to do here at all, which is disappointing. It feels like the game is deliberately throttling my ability to build, and that's not fun. I don't love that. If you're playing a building game, odds are that you want to build stuff. And being severely limited in the amount of things you can build due to very arbitrary factors is silly. I don't feel like that adds anything to the game. And it gives you this very kind of...
One of your cities is at risk of a great fire.
Loose thing, where one of the things, for example, is that I'm relying a lot on the teleporting logistical system now, because stuff is so far away from one another, and they give so many negative benefits, that I'm kind of building spread out, solely to avoid my construction buildings destroying my civilian buildings.
Grant this servant your ripest ears of corn, is Proserpina's mother, and gives...
As, like, this island now is probably fully exploited. I couldn't build that much more on this island. I could maybe build some bread production here, definitely. I could maybe expand olive production a little bit. Oh. Yeah, that needs to be repaired. I can maybe fit in a little bit more here, but this island right here is probably about 70 or 80% fully exploited already. And I feel like I've barely started. You know? I've practically filled out 2 entire islands in 3 hours. It's definitely a lot smaller than Anno. And therein comes the big problem that I've mentioned a couple times now.
What could you possibly
Why
require?
would you buy this game over Anno 1800? Well, the ground warfare would be one of the key things, right? Having ground troops. But the AI isn't building anything. I mean, if you're going to start invading islands, you need an enemy capable of building defenses. Whereas all the AI has built is, like, 1 barracks and a walled settlement. That's all. That's their entire defense. Maybe there'll be a lot more resistance in the New World in Albion, but I doubt it. So the main reason to buy it, then, would be to play a Roman Civ game, basically. But there's just not a lot of Roman in the game. You know, it doesn't really tell you much about Roman history. That would be cool if they had, like, little lore blurbs. It doesn't use slaves, which was a big part of Roman society. There isn't really a Senate mechanic to interact with. There's just an emperor who occasionally demands amphoras from you and pulls you out of debt. And even the idea of, like, having high unhappiness so that you will need to deal with public uprisings, well, the frequency is 1 per 55 minutes at minus 1,000 happiness. So even that isn't really a flavor at that point. The game has not succeeded in making the game feel Roman. And the graphics too, I mean, fidelity-wise they're fine, but everything is far more, again, blasé, blown out, beige and brown, uninteresting. Anno did not have that problem. Anno was very colorful, very beautiful. This game is not colorful or beautiful. So it's just on the basic level of it, it's inferior to Anno in virtually every regard in terms of gameplay and pacing. And then, of course, you get to the elephant in the room, which is content. And this game does not have anywhere even remotely similar to the amount of content that Anno 1800 has. Not even remotely comparable. And so, if you want a city builder, the only real argument for 117 over 1800 is that 117 is new. And that's quite literally it. So my recommendation at the end of the day would quite simply be, wait. Give this game a year, maybe 2, purchase the base game at a steep discount in like a year's time, and it's 50% off or something, and then play for a bit if you want, and wait until there's enough content to justify, you know, putting effort in. And until then, get Anno 1800. It's on sale frequently now, every few months, for 50 to 75% off. It just doesn't do enough to really justify a fresh purchase. It's not bad. It isn't. It's not bad. It's not a disaster by any stretch of the imagination. It's just not good enough to overcome the long shadow of its predecessor. And that's not a massive surprise, because Anno 1800 was probably one of the best city builders ever made. So they were always going to be hard-pressed to come up with something even better. But it is still disappointing, because I love Rome. I know loads of people love Rome. And the fact that you're kind of discouraged from delving into it immediately is a little sucky. A little sucky. But hey, at least it's not awful. Thank God for that. So, as a general, if we were to address this game as completely a standalone, we're not taking into consideration the wider market whatsoever, I would probably give this game a 7 out of 10? It's definitely above average. Like, as far as city builders go, this is quite good. But if we take into consideration that Anno 1800 exists, this can't break a 6. Like, if City Skylines 2 is a 5, and I'm being overly generous there, maybe a 4 for City Skylines 2, honestly, then this is a 6. It's above average. It's good. But it cannot outcompete its competitor, which Anno 1800, in my opinion, is a straight fucking 9.5. With the exception of a handful of minor irking AI issues and bugs, it is the best city builder ever created. The exotics, you got diagonal roads, farms, and warfare enough, in my opinion. Well, the thing is, I never cared about diagonal roads. I never cared about that. That was never an issue for me. And warfare, the warfare is good, but only if the AI is actually able to engage you in warfare. And so far, I haven't seen any indicator of that. Unless the AI will simply spawn in an army to fight you. And I wanted warfare to be good, but with the cities as small as they are, with the AI as passive it is, I just don't see the warfare as being a large enough portion to justify it. But hey, at the end of the day, it is an individual decision for everyone. Until tomorrow, then, chat. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your generous donations, and I will see you all again on the Archcast. Have a good night, chat.